How's it going, everybody? I'm back again with some more magic. This time I decided to build a mono black legends deck. I've been seeing a lot of mono black decks come out this week, so I took a little bit of inspiration from them, but wanted to do something that held true to the legends, so that's why you don't see things like Deep Cavern Bat, or another good thing for committing crimes along with Deep Cavern Bat would be Graveyard Trespasser. They're not legendary creatures, and I want to capitalize as heavily as I possibly can on Tiny Bones joins up. So we've got all legendary creatures again, just like my previous deck with Rakdos, except for this one I leaned into a few crime synergies as well. Quite a bit of removal. Got Bitter Triumph. Bitter Triumph's really good. You could still go with things like Cut Down, Shoot the Sheriff, what have you, like I did with the Rakdos deck, but when you've got legendary creatures predominantly in your deck, having Bitter Triumph for discard isn't too bad because you don't need multiple of them out on the field. Kervek, a very, very good card. I still only have 2 of them personally, but very strong, especially in this, to just constantly keep replaying things. I had Virtue of Persistence in here at one point. Felt like with Kervek and Soul Cauldron it was going to be a little bit of a negative since I'm stealing so much from graveyards. And then I do have Demolition Field as a crime mechanic as well. Still keeping Plaza of Heroes in here since there are all legendary creatures. That way I can get protection on them if necessary, especially in the late game. It's very helpful. You could remove potentially like these Jadars. I liked having a 2-drop to go along with Bran in here, something a little bit quicker, but you could easily get rid of Jadar and put in some Liliana, something I would consider, maybe taking out one Gisa for that as well. But anyway, I'm going to be playing standard ranked with this. I'm not as confident in this deck as I was the Rakdos version, but it's been fun to play, and like I said, I've been seeing a lot of people releasing mono black decks this week, so I thought it would be good to kind of get my foot in the race as well a bit. Alright, so starting off here, this looks pretty fine. I would recommend really heavily to try and get opening hands where you've got Tiny Bones joins up, but since I don't, I'm still going to risk it. I don't have any crime synergy things here that really matter either, so it's not that big a deal not to have it. I am playing standard ranked. I would like to play until I get a rank up, but we'll see how that goes. If I have a really rough time getting wins today, I may just get a couple of wins, put up the video. Okay, so starting off here, I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the Cut Down. Yeah, let's hold on to it. Let's just pass. I have Tiny Bones. I could have rushed him out right away, but he's got a blocker for it, obviously. I think I'm going to hold the Cut Down, see if he plays something I'd rather kill this turn, and then if not, we'll get rid of the Recruitment Officer. Looks like this is an Azorius or potentially Esper legend deck as well. We'll just go ahead and get rid of this. Go ahead with this, and we did get the Tiny Bones joins up, so we'll do Tiny Bones joins up as well as Tiny Bones on this turn. Then next turn we have the potential to push out Gix, or we could even go with the Soul Cauldron and start pumping Tiny Bones. Okay, we got Tiny Bones coming out. So this does look like a Azorius rather than Esper as far as I can tell so far. If he decides to attack, I'll probably chump with Tiny Bones. Really? Okay. Still fine. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to play out my other Tiny Bones and Soul Cauldron and then pump it. That way I can get rid of his floating creature there. Be this one here. That way he gets no recursion from that. It's better for me. If he wants to attack with his Brutal Cathar, I'll just block it with my Tiny Bones, lose my Tiny Bones, but get the old one back. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore that. 2 damage is nothing. We've got 4, so I'm going to go with Shieldred. For now, I'm going to pass. If need be, I can use the Cauldron now to scoop something up. Another Copper Coat. I doubt he wants to rush out anything to attack, because it's all vulnerable. Both my creatures have Death Touch and can get bigger. Go ahead, eat something, and take this one. Put it on Tiny Bones for now, getting him bigger seems beneficial. Could go for a kill here. Ward 1, that's fine. I'm gonna pay the 3. We'll just pass from there. He's got a double spell to get the Brutal Cathar to transform. Or one of us would have to. So I'm just gonna not for as long as possible. Didn't give me an opportunity to do my Soul Cauldron there for some reason, so that was annoying. But that is okay. Go ahead and pass. I'm going to make sure and make a stop at his end step this time. Unless it was this thing causing it. Oh, I can't activate abilities or cast spells because of that. Okay, so that explains that then. I should just go ahead and start taking advantage of it on my turn then while that's alive. Though if I get a kill spell to get rid of it, that'll be the first thing I prioritize so that I can make sure that my crime triggers are on my opponent's turn. Very annoying. But we're obviously going to get rid of it so it can't keep doing it. Like they're taking their time letting me complete the actual triggers, but now we can accelerate how quickly we're getting Badmir up as well. Let's go ahead and play Gix. That'll give us another crime trigger, and then I have Bitter Triumph for later, as well as the Soul Cauldron on the opponent's turn if I want. I gotta see, do I want to go ahead and attack? I don't think it benefits me to do so at the moment. Because they'll just multi-block anything I attack with and I'd lose something valuable. Right now they're getting pinged down heavily from the card draw from Shieldred, and I really need to emphasize that. And they're digging now. They need an answer for Shieldred for that very reason. Which is dropping their health significantly. It's really helping me, actually. Brutal Cathar does help with dealing with the Shieldred. Of course, I do have the Bitter Triumph to get it back. If they don't heal, then just the act of me getting it back will kill them, because it'll give me another Tiny Bones Joins Up trigger, put them at 2, and then Shieldred will deal 2 damage on their turn. Let's go ahead and put a counter on Gix, since Vadmir is already up to the Menace lifelink. That way I can spread out a little bit, just in case they try to kill multiple things. And then we'll just do the discard here, because I don't mind. Make sure this one was Shieldred. Yeah, okay. They're being very slow about letting all this go through. I'm hoping that means they don't really have an answer to it, but we'll see. Drawing another card, hoping for something instant speed to get rid of Shieldred. No surprise. I don't see them having counters in this deck to really help them, but we'll see. They do have enough blockers for me not to really get any benefit from attacking. Like I said, this should kill them just when it passes priority over to them, but they may have like a Get Lost or something to kill Shieldred now before drawing. They did not, so looks like that's a win on match 1. Move on into match 2. I plan on playing until I rank up, like I said, assuming all goes well. If I get a ton of losses and it takes forever, I won't bother, but even if it's just 1 or 2, I don't mind. Alright, got another match. Really wish we had a Tiny Bones Joins Up here with the Vadmir, but this still seems pretty okay. Gonna start with just a basic swamp. Give them a little bit of time to wonder what I'm doing before I start playing Legends. Could go ahead and go with that now, but I think I'll wait. Let's go with that and Vadmir. This is something that can commit crimes also, so that's why it's in the deck more than because of the land type that it is. Another Azorius match, no big surprise. If it is artifacts, I'm probably going to be pretty miserable. Get Gix out here if they'll let me and start getting some card draw. But I expect no more lies. Yeah, they're probably going to have a ton of those. No surprise. If unhindered, this opening hand would have been really good for just going from Gix into Shieldred. I think I'm going to hold off on Shieldred for now until I can get some of the counters out of the way, because they're going to have no more lies, and they're going to have 3 steps ahead, probably to a significant degree. They decided they didn't mind leaving Vran, probably because they're not using Get Lost. I imagine they're going to try and make me exile all of my creatures, which will be very annoying. So if they... Oh, looks like they're in Abuelo's Awakening deck, so they're going to try going for Rakdos Joins Up plus this fella. So they have removal, Fateful Absence, so there will be kills happening in my deck. Keeping up Bitter Triumph is now more important in case they try starting that combo. But if I had played out Sheoldred, their card draw would have been hindered pretty heavily right there as well. I think I'm going to hold on to the Bitter Triumph in case they start that combo. They don't have any non-basic lands, so I'm going to risk the Sheoldred and hope they don't have the combo this turn. I didn't see Rakdos Joins Up in the graveyard, so I think I'm okay. They could have another No More Lies or something, which would be annoying, but if it's just something like Faithful Mending, like last turn, then drawing is going to start hurting them. Another No More Lies, no surprise. Let's go ahead and attack with both. Choosing that blocker actually is going to help me. He's not going to have a lot of creatures or things for me to get crime triggers off of, so getting the brand trigger is actually more beneficial in this moment. Yeah, that's going to get me a little bit faster. But we are going to probably just more or less need to keep the Bitter Triumph up to stop the combo if he goes for it. Milling them with Tiny Bones Joins Up wouldn't be super beneficial in this match because they're trying to get things in their graveyard. So they do have both things in their graveyard now, so they're going to be looking for that Abuelo's Awakening to try and get the combo off. I can stop it once with the Bitter Triumph. So as long as we kill Rakdos Joins Up when he brings it in as a creature, we'll be fine. Make them discard something they may otherwise not want to. I'm going to go ahead and play out the land because I'm not worried about paying the 3 for Bitter Triumph. And this gives us the opportunity to potentially play things if I draw into things that allows me to keep up the Bitter Triumph regardless. Because now, even if I were to play the most expensive thing in the deck, which I'm pretty sure is Gisa, I'd still have mana up for Bitter Triumph. He's really digging. I would expect him to be running a full play set of Abuelo's Awakening, which I do have the potential to mill it if we do see it. But since this deck significantly heavily relies on Abuelo's Awakening, I imagine that they'd run a full play set of it. Even if they block Bran, I don't really care. Because I'm not going to be using my Bitter Triumph for removal, so I'd be happier for them to just get rid of their stuff easily for me. Another hulking Metamorph. Really seems to be digging for that awakening. Like I said, I'm surprised they haven't come across at least one yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now that it's the end of his turn to get the trigger on Vadmir. I should have done it after he scryed to mess up his scry, but that's fine. If I don't draw a creature, I'll probably consider doing it again if he gets a land that I can mess with. Hopefully this will also interact with my draws and give me a better chance not to get land. But yeah, definitely should have waited until after his scry trigger to do that. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and do the cut down. Get this annoying thing out of my way, pump up Vadmir just a bit more. Cut down would also still be useful if they did the Abuela's Awakening, because the Awakening brings back the Rakdos Joins Up as a 1/1, so cut down is effective on it. The Metamorph should come in as a 9/9, which is going to be annoying to deal with, but you want to use the Bitter Triumph, if I'm not mistaken, on the Rakdos Joins Up because it stops the combo. I don't really care about the Metamorph there by itself. Now my creature has Menace and Lifelink, and I get to draw a card. Go ahead and do this Duress, I don't mind that. See what you got. If it's a land, that'll be a little disappointing. Okay, and negate. So that could have prevented me from stopping the combo. It was really nice to get that out of the hand. Alright, looks like we win our second game. One more win means that I'm done recording. A loss means that I would be doing at least 2 more wins. Alright. Opponent goes first. We've got 2 Vadmir, which isn't ideal, but we do have Tiny Bones Joins Up, which is pretty great. So I'm going to run it out. That gives us a little bit of redundancy if they kill the first Vadmir, so I'm actually pretty happy with it. I just wish we were going first. I'm going to start with Plaza of Heroes, because color doesn't really matter. Looks like there's like a 90% chance this is Boros. So let's see, Plaza of Heroes, Tiny Bones Joins Up. If we can get Vadmir large enough, then the lifelink will make them basically irrelevant. Because us being able to hit in and heal will ruin everything that they want to do. I'd really like them to see, or like to see them have mana issues also, which might be the case here since they played 2 red mana. Let's go ahead, play a Swamp. I'll probably do Demolition Field next turn. Now they could just have a Lightning Strike or something like that to mess up my Vadmir here. Play with Fire could have killed it before it pumped. Lightning Strike could kill it now. They could have Lightning Helix, which required that white land. Looks like they went for War Leader's Call. I'm going to pop that land this turn, though. They'll still be able to go get a Plains, but I feel like this is the most beneficial thing that I can do at the moment. I wish I had a Tiny Bones to play off this now too, because I did just get that land entering untapped. But we'll go ahead and attack with Vadmir. We need to get Vadmir leveled up as quickly as possible, because the lifelink is gonna matter when all of their creatures hurt when they enter. For that same reason, we're gonna ignore Gix for the time being. Shieldred should help a bit. I'm gonna hold back attacks for now, and then hopefully this turn we can just attack him with Vadmir, getting some nice lifelink going. And he may die in the process, which is fine. Boros is really, really annoying and difficult to deal with, so I don't know if I will win this or not. This could be interesting. Let's try this. Let's attack with Vadmir. Now we'll use Bitter Triumph to kill one of these. Get some nice lifelink off of it and kill off all those creatures. Now, I didn't do any damage to him, but my life is looking pretty good now. We'll go ahead and play this too. Not that it's necessary, but get something else off the top of his library and an extra blocker. Nice. That was a really good thing to get rid of. That Knight Errant could just refill his hand. So yeah, third win, 3 straight wins, no losses. I'm pretty happy with this deck. Like I said, I don't know that I'm as confident in it as I was the Rakdos deck, but I played around with it. I've watched some other people do some mono black stuff. None of them were doing strict legendaries like I did with this deck, but a lot of them did crime synergies and stuff, which gave me the idea for the Soul Cauldron. I've tried using the Unlicensed Hearse in the past, which is really good too. But the Soul Cauldron lets you take things pretty much whenever you want, and it's just, I don't know, for some reason it felt better. Having the synergy with it and Vadmir was really nice too, being able to pump him up quicker because of it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be trying to get this one up today, the same day as recording, so it'll be the first one you guys see out of the bunch that I'm doing this week.